What's going on today, everybody? We're back in the fish room, and as you can see, we got ourselves a 125 for our stand here. But the problem is, that's not going to brace the tank very well. So, we're going to build our own brace out of wood. I know you can buy like the new plastic braces for it, but I don't have anywhere around me that sells these, and they're real hard to find. So I thought about Euro bracing it with glass, but that's too much work cutting glass. So I'm going to show you how to build it with wood. So yeah, let's get right into the video. All right, I know what it looks like. We already completed the bottom of the tank, but we kind of just did like a trial because we didn't know exactly how we wanted to do it yet. But I think this way is going to work out pretty nice. You got braces and 4 perfect spots that are evenly distributed. And then we have the 1x3s going all the way around. They're all 1x3s except the one in the back because like I cut one of the 1x3s wrong. So yeah, we had to use a 1x4 that I already had. So we're gonna get this flipped over and then I'll show you how to do the top. The bottom's the same as the top, but I'm gonna show you how to do the top. So it'll be easier. But yeah, we're gonna flip this over. Seem pretty sturdy on the bottom. So yeah, we got her flipped over. This is going to be our backside because that 1x4 doesn't look as good as the 1x3s. Because it's kind of just like a shittier wood. But yeah, you can see that all these braces are broke. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and peel this top plastic off. And then I'll show you how to build a new brace yourself. So with this, the only good way to get it off is if it's already broke, like it's already loose to where you can help pry it off. But this one, it's only loose in a couple spots, so I think we're just going to take I have a pry bar that I think we're just going to sneak underneath here and kind of break the side panel to get it off. Unless we can just pry up on this. We'll see. We might scratch the metal on glass. It's real brittle. Real brittle. It just, once you just get it started. Yeah, we just start where it's already broke. Okay, it's broke right here. So we're just gonna peel here. The silicone holds pretty well. Okay, now gently, that wasn't very gently, was it? Gently lift up on it so it all comes off. We didn't want to do that, did we? Ooh. Is this sharp? Watch the corner of the glass because they don't sand it because they're putting this trim piece on it. This is real sharp, real sharp. Don't cut yourself. Wear gloves. Wear safety glasses. I'm a professional. All right, now that we got the top off, as you can see, we got the top off. There's a whole bunch of silicone stuck on the top of the glass. You're gonna wanna take a straight edge, like a razor blade or something, and slide along the top and try and get all this extra silicone off. I just got a cheap little razor blade like this, fairly cheap on the old Amazon or wherever. Hardware store, I'm sure they got them. But this thing, I use this thing for algae too. But this thing will glide right along the top and the sides to get rid of all that silicone we don't want on there anymore. All right, we have our pieces of wood cut. We have our 73.5 inch, because our thought process is if we go both sides longer, and they'll square up perfectly like we did at the bottom there. Squared up perfectly. We're just going to mirror the bottom to the top. Overhang, so when we put our side pieces on, they'll match right up. I thought about cutting the 45s and making a nice point. We don't need that for a fish tank brace. So yeah, we got those cut, and then we have our other, we have one 1x3 because I messed up the piece of wood, you know. And then we have 5 1x4s at 18 inches. Those will be our middle braces as well as our side braces. So yeah. Now to attach these to the sides, I used Gorilla contact adhesive glue. But if you got silicone on hand, it'd be definitely quicker just to run silicone along the sides of these, stick them to the side, and then clamp them rather than some Gorilla Glue. But hey, if it works, it works. So yeah, we'll glue. I'll show you one, we'll do the other side. I'll show you one of the braces, and then we'll finish it up. So yeah, I'm just gonna glue. I'm just gonna run a little wave on down. Now this is just to help hold the board on there. The glue's not really doing anything because we're gonna put screws in as well. But hey, extra stickiness helps. Go ahead and do this one. And you know what we probably should have done before we glued these is paint them first, so then you don't see the wood on the inside of the tank, but a little too late for that, huh? So yeah, we're just gonna have to live with it. As you're doing something and you think, you know what, I should probably think before I do this? Nope. Full send sometimes bites you in the ass, so yeah, we're gonna give ourselves a little lip at the top, and that'll be for our braces going across. And we're just guesstimating where it's gonna end up being, and then we'll clamp it. And then we'll clamp it lightly so then we can adjust the wood once it's clamped. So I'm gonna hold this piece as well. And like I said, I'm not clamping this too tightly. One, if you clamp it too tight, it'll probably shatter the glass. And two, we gotta get this into position. So I'm just getting it snug enough to where it's not gonna move on us. Like that. That's a perfect example of why we're clamping it. Okay. And now we'll make our adjustments. We'll probably do side adjustments and then top adjustments. That scared me. That is extremely close. That side is extremely close. You're trying to get it flush. This one needs tapped over. You might just need to hit it with a piece of wood. No, you moved it a little bit. Yeah. Just came down. So push it a little more. A little. Okay. Let's check our height. Tighten this down because this is actually pretty good here. Do the same thing on this side. So yeah, now that we got it clamped, we can start working on our sides and fall over. All right, so the sides are gonna be a little bit different. Other than just gluing it and clamping it, we have to glue it and then screw it because I don't have clamps that go 6 foot. So, same thing, nothing crazy. It's just to help hold it on. Fit like a glove. Level your tops. Dill's gonna go ahead and hold this while I pilot screw it and then drill it. Drill your holes. Drill yourself a hole before you send a screw so you don't bust out the ends. If you don't drill a hole, you're just gonna split the end of the wood. All right, so when we've done the sides, 2 screws here, 2 screws here, glued it to it. We did the same thing on that side. And now what we do here is we'll set this guy right in here. And then we'll do every 2 foot, 2 foot on center, 2 foot on center. Same thing with that one, we'll do the same thing. And yeah, we'll screw 2 screws on each side, screw it all together, let this, let it dry, and yeah, we're gonna have a 125 tank braced DIY style. So yeah, enjoy. Okay, we got the top complete. Yeah, I decided to put 3 screws on each side on the top because our top needs to be the strongest because that's where our most pressure is bowing out. Now the importance, you want these to be absolutely as perfect as you can get it from here to here. If you have too much wiggle room in there, you're gonna risk it cracking. So if anything, you want it just a touch shorter, so it's kind of pulling the glass in just a little bit. All right, we got it all squared away. The only thing in the near future, what I might add is painting the undersides of this with some exterior paint so the wood doesn't get all moldy. I think what you could do is you could stain it and then seal it and then do all this, or you could do it afterwards like I'm about to do. But yeah, use exterior paint and then it'll be resistant to water and whatnot. So you can either do that or you can do that whatever you do after stain to make it nice and silky. That's what you could do on it so it don't get moldy or anything. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and try and throw this up on this stand and see what happens. We'll start filling her up and we'll see if we got leaks or cracks. That's not much heavier. Yeah, I'm all the way on the second one. Okay. That scared me. Turn them lights off, huh? We're just gonna have to push it. You wanna push it while I pull it? This way? Let's see what that looks like.
Is yours on the brick?
Kind of just give it a little more shove my way. That actually should be pretty centered. Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty close right there. Yeah. All right, we're gonna start filling this up and we'll see what happens. We might have a mess. That's why we're in a garage, right? We might have a mess. That's gonna be okay. But hey, I think it looks pretty clean. I think it looks pretty darn clean. As long as now it just needs to function. Now it just needs to work. So, I'll go get the hose and we'll start filling this bad boy up. That's it. She's filled up. No leaks that I can see. I think we're so far so good. We'll see how it looks tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, I think we're looking pretty all right. We're looking pretty all right. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with our work. The only thing is, when I left, as I was saying, battery died. We're off like an 1/8 inch level, so it's just a little cockeyed, but you're not going to be able to see it with the wood in there. But yeah, we got her filled up. That is the DIY wood bracing for your 125 gallon tank. You could use it with any tank, I'm sure. But this one just needs to be braced up a lot better. Because there's 125 gallons, which is like 1,100 some pounds or something like that. So yeah, there's a lot of pressure bowing that out. So you need it nice and sturdy, tight, perfect measurements. But yeah, that's the tank build. Put it down in the comments. What should we do in this tank? Put it down in the comments. What fish, what scape, what are we doing? But if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.